All right, welcome in Cancer and Cancer placements. We're going to see what your message from Spirit is for the month of May 2026. So this message is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a few oracle cards just to get the overall vibe for the month here. And then we will get the overall energy, the challenge, and where your focus needs to be. All right. All right, let's get started. So Spirit, what can you tell us for Cancer and Cancer placements? What is the overall vibe for May 2026? 3 cards, please. Okay. All right. So first card out is family, building foundation, feeling safe, starting a family. Okay. Okay. We also have dreams, visiting you, spirit world, receiving downloads, confirmations. And the third card is ghost. Oh, I apologize. My video just got kind of dark there. Okay, that was odd. I don't know if it brightened up or not when I touched it, but wow. Okay. I'm going to have to watch that back and see what happened there. That was kind of weird. All right, so we've got ghost here. Disappearing, cold and distant, no contact, leaving behind. All right. So it is possible that someone here, you know, possibly someone in your family or someone that you thought you would have a family with has maybe ghosted you. Maybe you're in no contact with this person. You could be getting signs in your dreams. You might be getting downloads in your dreams. For some of you, you have been visited by someone that's part of your family that maybe passed over. Okay. I am going to say that. That might not be, resonating with all of you, but for at least one or two of you out there, you might have been visited by a passed over loved one. Okay. But yeah, you've been possibly getting some signs in your dreams from maybe your ancestors, your guides, your angels about this situation or about this person. Okay. It could also be that, maybe this person just kind of disappeared or just has been maybe cold and distant, acting maybe in air energy where they just kind of are cold and detached, possibly. So it doesn't have to be a sense of ghosting per se or anything like that. It doesn't have to be a no contact situation. Okay. All right. So we're going to see what else comes out here. Okay. So Spirit, what can you tell us for the overall energy for Cancer and Cancer placements for May 2026? One card here. Okay, perfect. We have the World. Okay. As the overall energy. And one card, please, for the challenge for Cancer and Cancer placements. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. And for the focus for Cancer and Cancer placements for May. One card, please. Okay. We have the Queen of Cups. Okay. Now for this part, I do look at the top 3 on the bottom of the deck here. So we do have the 4 of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands, and the Star. Okay. All right. So before we start clarifying, I'm feeling that there was an ending here of some sort, an ending of a cycle. Okay. This could be someone that, like I said, you either feel that they are part of your family. It could be that maybe this is someone you wanted a family with. This could be an actual family member. Okay. So take that part as it resonates. But there was an ending of some sort here with this person. You could have been getting signs in your dreams that this was going to happen, or that, maybe it's guidance about this situation potentially. With the Seven of Pentacles as the challenge, I feel like you've put a lot of energy and effort into this, whatever this situation was or is for you. I feel like you've maybe invested a lot of your time, possibly money as well, for some of you, into either this person or, like I said, this situation as a whole. Okay. Yeah, you've spent a lot of time and energy here. And the focus really is focusing on being who you are. Okay. So, as the Queen of Cups, and, male or female, doesn't matter the gender, I feel that Spirit wants you to embrace who you are deep down. No matter what this situation has, done to you, or how you feel like it maybe changed you. So if it maybe, you feel like this has hardened you in one way or another, I feel that Spirit is saying, keep your heart open. Okay. You are a loving, wonderful person, and you love with an unconditional type of love. Okay. That's just who you are. You follow your intuition. You just do what you feel is best for your heart. Okay. And I feel like you go above and beyond for other people all the time. Okay. So Spirit wants you to remain in that, and that should be your focus. Okay. So no matter what this has done to you, emotionally, mentally, even some of you physically, so maybe, you're having physical symptoms as well, like anxiety, maybe nausea, things like that. Try to stay positive and focus on yourself. Okay. Just remember who you are deep down, and you're just a very loving, wonderful person. Okay. So you've been holding on to whatever this situation is with the Four of Pentacles here. And with the Ten of Wands, it has been so burdening for you. Okay. You have been under such tremendous burden with whatever this situation was, that, like I said, you've just been hanging on. Okay. And you've just been hopeful for the future. You just keep hoping that there will be some kind of healing in this situation, or whoever this person is for you. And you're just so hopeful for that to happen. Okay. And like I was saying, I feel like that relates to who you are here as the Queen of Cups. Okay. So, all right. So Spirit, let's shuffle one time here, and then we are going to start clarifying, get some more information. Now, I feel like I already got a lot of information just from those three cards, as well as the oracles, but we are going to see here. Okay, I said once, but we did it twice. Okay. All right, Spirit. As far as clarifying the world, please, three cards to clarify the world for Cancer. Okay. Okay. First card out is the Devil. Okay. Second card, the Three of Swords. Okay. And let's see. I was going to pull another card. Oh, okay. That was why this card wanted to come out. We have the Eight of Wands. Okay. And at the bottom for the overall energy here, we have the Four of Cups. Okay. So I'm feeling with the world here, like I said, a cycle has ended with whoever this person is. Okay. So, there was obviously an ending. Something happened here. Okay. And whatever this situation was with this person, there were toxicities involved. Okay. So it was not stable. It was not secure. Okay. It brought a lot of heartache and pain with the Three of Swords here. And it could be that maybe this pain came through some kind of communication from this other person, or lack thereof, because we have the ghost card that came out. So it's possible that this person, maybe you were communicating, trying to make things better or figure things out, and this person wanted nothing to do with it. Okay. This person just basically ghosted you. Okay. And went maybe no contact, or at the very least, they were cold and distant. Okay. So even if they did respond, it was just cold and distant. Okay. Maybe they had, gave you the indication that they do not want to negotiate or meet you halfway kind of thing. Okay. But it did have to do something to do with communication here. Okay. And now with the Four of Cups, I feel like, you feel that this is a missed opportunity now. Okay. It was a missed opportunity to have this connection and have it be healthy. Yeah. And whatever capacity this person was in your life, that you're seeing it as a missed opportunity. It could be causing a sense of depression inside of you. Okay. Depression and anxiety, where there are a lot of good things that are still present in your life, but maybe it's hard to see that because this is overshadowing that with the Four of Cups. Okay. Yeah, so that's the overall energy there. Okay. So Spirit, please clarify with 3 cards the Seven of Pentacles for us as the challenge. Okay. So we have the Ten of Wands, which showed up earlier. We have the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Knight of Wands. Okay. At the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Wands. Okay. All right. So for the challenge here, being the Seven of Pentacles, it's being clarified by the Ten of Wands. Whatever this situation was with this person, whoever they are to you, like I said earlier, you obviously put in a lot of pentacle resources here. You put in a lot of time, effort, energy, possibly even money. Okay. And you did that with, because that's who you are. All right. You did, and you most likely did it with a lot of love in your heart. Okay. Unfortunately, because of this other person, it's caused you a great burden. Okay. At the end of the day, this has caused you a lot of burden, unfortunately. With the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like, it's possible that this was a destined experience to have with this person. I feel that maybe this person has lessons to learn. I mean, obviously every experience is about lessons. So, maybe it's about you taking your power back. Maybe it's about you remembering who you are deep down, and like being able to remind yourself to keep your heart open, even when people hurt you. Okay. I feel with the wheel here being as part of the clarifying, the set of the Seven of Pentacles, you kept giving that effort, you kept giving that energy to this person and this situation because you kept hoping things would change. Okay. You kept hoping and praying that things would change. But unfortunately, whoever this person was, or is to you, they could have been in the Knight of Wands energy, which the Knight of Wands energy, talks about someone keeping their options open. This is someone who will breadcrumb people, is very non-committal, wishy-washy, hot and cold. Okay. So again, we've got the cold and distant behavior here on this ghosting card, the Oracle card over here. And that is something that the Knight of Wands will do. Okay. They might come in one day like nothing ever happened, but then they'll leave just as fast. Okay. So whoever this person is to you, for some of you, it is a love partner. For some of you, like I said, it could be an actual family member. It could be, like I said, someone that you felt was like family. Okay. But whoever they are, they were in that Knight of Wands energy. So unfortunately, you wanted things to change, but you wanted this behavior to change, the Knight of Wands behavior. You were hoping that it would change, and you just gave and gave and gave, and unfortunately, this person took everything and maybe never gave you, your equal give and take here in return. Unfortunately, so because of that, it's kind of turned you into the wounded warrior here with the 9 of Wands. Okay, so it's kind of made you put up some boundaries with this person, and you're hurt. Obviously, we have the 3 of Swords that came out. There's been heartache, pain here, and so yeah, you've definitely put up boundaries. But I feel like it could be that it's affecting your life in other areas as well, unfortunately. I also feel with the 9 of Wands that this person, whoever you're dealing with, they also have trauma or experiences from their past that have made them into the 9 of Wands energy, and put them in that energy as well. And that's a challenge because it's hard to break down those barriers sometimes. Okay, so this person could be in this Knight of Wands energy and Devil energy, and they're doing that because of wounding from the past. Okay, and so until this person is able to look at themselves and see what needs to be healed within them, unfortunately, things are not going to change. Okay. So, I'm not sure if this person is still in your life or if you are in a no contact type of situation. It's going to be different for all of you. Okay. But Spirit, please clarify the Queen of Cups for us with 3 cards, please, for Cancer. 3 cards to clear. Okay. Okay. So we have the Hierophant, the Queen of Wands, and Strength. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 6 of Wands. All right. Now, I am getting 2 different messages here. Okay. There might be 2 different groups of you. Or it's possible, just take what resonates. Okay. Because it could be just one group and both messages are for just one group. But not only does Spirit want you to stay in this Queen of Cups energy here, that's where the focus should be. All right. Like I said earlier, keeping your heart chakra open, keeping that unconditional loving energy. All right. Always following your intuition. Your intuition could have possibly told you that if this was a love partner, that this person was committing themselves to someone else. Okay. So if this is someone that maybe this person made you a third party. Okay. Maybe you found out that this person had a family beside of your connection. That is possible. It is also possible that you had a family with this person, and this person, even though they were committed to you, they were also committed to this another person, this Queen of Wands. Male or female, doesn't matter the gender. Okay. So that, if that's the case, that could be why this cycle ended. Obviously it was toxic and it broke your heart. You tried your best. But unfortunately, with the Knight of Wands, this person was non-committal. Okay. Even though they could have gotten married, still, I mean, they could, even if you get married, you don't have to obviously be committed. Okay. So if that's the case, no matter what the case is, Spirit wants you to try to be as strong as possible through this. Okay. Now I'm also feeling for some of you out there, if you don't resonate with there being a third party involved. Okay. So this, like I said, this might be another group of you. Spirit wants you as the focus to be committed to not only being in this Queen of Cups energy where your, heart is open, you're following your intuition, you're doing what's best for you. Commit yourself as well to being the Queen of Wands in addition to the Queen of Cups. Okay. So no matter, like I said, if you resonate with the third party situation, okay, then that's part of your story there. If not, just leave that for someone else. If you don't resonate, like I said, either way, actually, Spirit wants you to commit yourself to be embodying the Queen of Wands energy. And the Queen of Wands is someone who takes their power back. Okay. You are in your power. You are strong. You're confident. You're passionate. You know that you have high value, and anything that you put your energy into is going to flourish. Okay. And that you will be passionate about everything that you do. Okay. So I feel that, not only does Spirit want you to commit yourself to keeping that heart open of yours, that wonderful, loving heart of yours, also embody the Queen of Wands. Okay. Moving forward, and try to be as strong as you can. Okay. Because you have a sense of inner strength that maybe you're doubting or you don't realize that you have. Yes, you do. You are super strong, my friend. Okay. And with the Six of Wands being at the bottom of the deck here, you're going to be very, very successful. Okay. If you keep that in mind. Okay. Yeah. After the Six of Wands, we have the Ace of Cups. So yeah, you might have a very wonderful new beginning here coming your way since this cycle has closed. It might not feel that like that's coming to you anytime soon, but it is. Okay. So no matter if there was a third party here or not involved, Spirit wants you to commit yourself to focusing on yourself and making yourself the most strong, the most powerful version of yourself that you can be. Okay. So I feel like this is an empowering type reading for you for the month of May. Okay. So I'm not sure if for all of you, if this has already ended or not. It could be coming. For some of you, it's already happened with the world. Okay. All right. But stay strong, my friends. Okay. So I'm going to leave the reading here. If you feel like it resonated, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I hope that this reading helped in one way or another bring you some clarity and insight for Cancer and Cancer placements. Until next time, take care and namaste, my friends.